Okay. Sean, can you create one new conference page? Just
Yes.
okay. So you can write SQL or SQL. You can call it either way, it's fine. Okay, you guys SQL or SQL. So SQL stands for structured query language. ERY, yeah, ERY language. Okay, perfect. Okay, you can publish this one. Okay. Did anyone use SQL before or work with SQL? Any of you?
No.
I'm totally new to it.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so think about your computer, okay? So you have, I don't know if you're using a desktop or your laptop. When you are planning to buy a laptop, always you go with the specification, right? Like how much RAM you need, right? Like how much hard disk you need. One of the important thing. Or if you are planning to buy a mobile, you will first check like how much storage I need, right? Like storage minutes based on the storage, the price also will go up. If you are using an iPhone, you definitely know based on the storage, you can configure or you can buy your, the more money you pay, the more storage you will get it, right? Do you guys know that piece, right?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay, so think about your computer. So your computer, like you heard the word developers saying local. Local mean if you hear the word local, they are referring to their own personal computer. So like in the Scrum meeting, developer might say, I'm still working on this user story. I tested, I did a unit testing in my local. Local mean he's saying his personal, not personal, it's a work laptop, saying his computer he tried local. So the local has a memory capacity. I don't know, it's 1 GB or 2 GB. I don't know. Long time I didn't buy a laptop. So let's say one GB. Is 1 GB is enough? Or I don't know, 1 TB. Okay, let's say 1 TB. 1 TB, 1 TB is. So what you gonna do when you the basic computing works input, right? You give some input to computer and it will process and it will give you output. So in order to give an input, some data should be saved in computer if you want to use longer time, something if it is required. You have to save the data. Maybe you are taking some pictures while you are on vacation. After you come back, you dump it to your local, your laptop, right? So you store the data, you're storing data. And maybe you are working on monthly budget. You create an Excel sheet and you store it in your C drive or D drive or E drive, wherever you're local. Maybe you are collecting some songs for your car and you are store it in somewhere, something like that. So day to day, for your study, your work purpose, you use your computer. And if anything required, you can save it in your local disk, your computer hard drive. Yeah? Whenever you need some data, let's say you stored some picture, you want to print it, right? Like you want to print it, you copy to a pen drive and you take to your supermarket and you go and print the pictures, right? So what you do, first you store it, second time you retrieve it, and let's say your computer data is growing, keep on growing. You take pictures, you store songs, and you do your budgeting and work stuff, keep on growing your entire family is using the same laptop, right? So it is keep on growing. So sometime what you have to do, you have to drop mean like you have to delete some data, right? So you will delete, okay, maybe 5 years ago, 10 years, you took some pictures, you are thinking I already printed, so I don't need it, then you'll delete that one, right? Or like some songs are there, some Word documents are there, some files are there, you don't no longer required, you can delete, you can drop that file, right? So what you did first, you store it and you retrieve it and you delete it, and then you maintain it. So for a local computer, you need a memory, you need a storage. So, but do you use any language to interact with your local disk? Like language mean like, do you need a special program to save any document? Let's say you want to save a Word document. Do you need any special computer program to save your data?
No, not actually.
No,
No need.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But think of a server like a company enterprise level architecture. Okay. So enterprise level, there are one, like, let's say small scale up company, like 100 customers only. Okay. There is a restaurant. This restaurant owner has a website, and this restaurant, we can order food online. Okay. So now this restaurant owner only has like 100 customers only. So do this restaurant owner require a storage to maintain his website?
Yes,
Yes,
he
he,
needs
he
database.
needs, right? Yeah, he needs. But can he save this? Can he run his website on his personal laptop?
No, for that he needs some cloud storage.
Yeah, we'll come to cloud. But for as a business softwares, right? Applications, enterprise level softwares required larger memory, right? Because maybe he has only 100 customer today. After 5 years, might be like 10,000 or 1,000 customers, right? So he has to take an accountability, like when he's going to offer digital software to use for their customers, he has to make sure this website or this application or software should handle the storage. Like we cannot predict how many customers going to come today, right? Maybe today 10 customers start up. In future, it's going to scale it to 1 million or 1,000. So they need a larger storage, right? So that's why you have the word servers, right? You guys heard the word servers, right? The web applications are hosted in the servers, right? So the software you see on your browser, right? Like you type something www. https and you start and you see the URL. So the Confluence you are seeing, this is URL hosted by the Atlassian, their server. So you are using on your browser whenever you are creating a page or like creating a space or typing something. So this request go to Atlassian server, right? But they're hosting this web application from their server. So whatever data you are entering, it's saved in their server, right? You got the concept, right? It's like your local computer, because multiple users are using. The company has a central location to save their data. Do you guys understand this concept?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on. So this is the center. But unlike your local computer, you didn't need any um, language or special program to interact with the data. But when it's come to servers, when it's come to larger storages, it, this computer program required a specific um, language or specific program to interact with the data. Because when it's your own computer, it's pretty much available. Like when you when you need a photo, you just go to the folder and you double click and open it, and you can save it, or you can move it to wherever you require. But when it's come to enterprise applications, it's required larger data, larger storage places. So that's why the servers require larger memories. Okay, so to retrieve the data or like manipulate the data, to store the data, so interact with these databases or servers, storages, the computer applications require a specific program or language. That's what we call as SQL. Okay, so to interact with databases, we need a special program. That program we call as SQL or structured query language or SQL. Okay. What else we can do with databases? What is the use of what else we can do with, what are the main functionality, or like what is the main operations we can use with databases? Anyone want to? Yes.
Storing data.
Storing data, that's one. Yes, that's right.
And maintaining all the records in database, right?
Maintaining, yeah, it's by default. Like you can save, right? But I'm asking the main operation. One is storing the data.
Filtering and manipulating data from the database.
That's right. Yeah, manipulating. We can update, we can create record and everything, delete. That's right. One more is there. So yeah, can you take note? Like, can you write number one? Sorry. First operation, like store. So we written SQL, right? It is used to, okay, you can write, sorry, can you start? You don't need to write. It is used to store you can write retrieve, right? The second one, retrieve, comma, retrieve. TRIEVE. Okay, retrieve and manipulate data in databases. Okay. Okay, so this is the main operation. You store it and you retrieve it and you can manipulate. Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
all right. So there are many tools like MySQL, Oracle databases, and now even modern databases like cloud databases, right? Like this, there is no server. Like there is server, but for your company, you don't need to have a physical hardware. You can just pretty much host your application. You can just only focus on your business side. You can ask your developers to write code for your business operation. You can within a flip of second, you can buy a storage from cloud and pay as you go. Scalability is really good. So that's a modern storages. But still, there are databases, on-premises databases. Some companies using, especially banks are using hybrid model, like some data in on-premises servers running there, keeping the data. Some databases, the new softwares, new applications, they're making the databases in cloud. That's why I call hybrid, right? So what is the use of like buying or using a server on premises, or like buying a server on cloud? Which is, do you guys think very beneficial or useful?
I think cloud is beneficial.
Okay, do you know why?
It is on
Yeah,
subscription.
Yeah, we can access from anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, even servers also, like you don't need to keep in your premises. I mean, like not in your office. So like you can keep wherever you want to keep in US, or you can keep in India or Canada, wherever you can keep. But
Oh, also,
yeah,
Jay, quickly for me, also you can easily upskill and downscale as well. Upskill and downscale easily if you're using cloud, I think.
yeah. So those are good points. Think about, right, like that restaurant example I said, right? As a small business owner or big larger scale, you don't know how many customers going to come for you today, right? Like you are starting a business, you need to, if you are going to use a physical server on premises, you have to pay the money upfront. Let's say you are not buying server for 100 customers, right? It's like a laptop, a small one, right? Servers are huge and you need to pay a lot of money. Just give me guys a second. I'm going to grab my charger, okay? Just 1 second. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back, guys. Okay. I got the notification. This call is only we have 10 minutes. So if this call ends, then I'll send a new link. Maybe the Zoom will not allow me to set up the call right away. So maybe after 5 minutes. Okay. So we were talking about on-premises storage, right? Like servers are very expensive. So if you are starting a business, you need a website. That's why it's always cost money to, because of this storage, right? Even though you have 10 customers, 100 customers, you have to pay the money upfront. Like this, you are not thinking to have 100 customers, right? Your business is going to grow. So at least you have to think of it like 10,000 customers, 1 million customers. Even though not you are not going to use, you have to pay the money and you have to buy the server in upfront. So that's why to start the business, you need money. Like if you are especially thinking of to host or like provide a software, right? So that's the disadvantage using on-premises servers or the storage. But cloud, as you guys said, um, pay as you go. That's a word I want to. Subscription. I think Nikita also said subscription, right? So you don't need to worry about like how many customers you have today. Let's say you have only 100 customers, they will charge you only for 100 customers or storage, whatever. Maybe you are using 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte. The money you have to pay only for the terabyte. And also, Chris mentioned scalable. Scalable means you can have multiple like 1 million customer coming and you can host multiple programs and the performance is not going to downgrade it or anything, right? So that's the advantage using the cloud storages. Okay, but still companies are using on-premises databases and also using the cloud databases, because to analyze the data, like provide a customer decision, real-time decision, cloud databases are really good, because nowadays the customer, they need everything immediately, right? Like kind of there is no slow, but running multiple queries, running multiple queries on premises databases, it's kind of money is costing. So people are like, companies are really prefer to have their data on cloud so that they can run their query quickly, they can provide the better customer service for their customers. But for us, we want to learn as a business analyst, we wanted to learn how we can interact with these databases. Like it's like a language. Like you go to a country, like you go to Italy, you need to speak in Italy. You go to China, you need to speak in Chinese, right? Like so, when it's come to these databases, you should be able to pull some data, investigate what happened, like the business question, because business, they don't know what's going on with the data, right? Like they might ask you, can you tell me like how many customers we have last month? Um, can we create a dashboard for monitoring? Can we have something like that, right? Behind the scene, we don't give this option to our customers, right? Like as a middle person, like agent, you are working, you should be able to like pull the data, right? Pull the data, or like show the data like to your team or a business. So you should be able to handle like data manipulation um, seamlessly. So in order to do that one, you should know this, how to work with databases. So you are not going to learn like advanced SQL, just basic. Your part is like retrieve the data as needed. So here you are going to learn how to work with multiple tables. So table is nothing but it's like a book. You store the data. Like if you remember, I don't know if you guys are using books now. In your computer, I'll tell you one example. For different purpose, you have a different files, right? Different, maybe your budgeting, you have a Excel sheet, or for your writing, or like a resumes and other stuff, you have Word documents, Word files, right? So you have different files. It's like a file. Table is nothing but it's like a file, okay? And database is like entire space. Entire space mean like you can create a big folder. Inside that folder, you can have multiple file directories, right? So you will be hearing the word databases. Even in shorter, we can call DB, and you will be hearing the word table. So these are very two important. Okay. So let's start with databases. Short, can you write databases or database? Okay, so database is like a container. I want to write, can you go to Google and just type database? I just want you guys get an idea. What is database? Yeah. Okay, can you read it for us?
Yes. Yeah, database is an organized electronic collection of structured information or data, typically managed by a database management system, DBMS. It enables efficient storage, retrieval, modification, and management of data using tools like SQL.
Okay, so yeah, go back to your database. Yeah, okay. So you can simply write like container inside. It's like a big container. After database, inside the parentheses, you can just write container. So did you guys get the idea, like what is the database?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to next one is table. Okay, enter one more line, table. Yeah, so table is inside the database, we have multiple, like I explained you, right? Different files. So Sean, can you go to Google and type this one and just read it for us? Table. Can you read it for us?
Yeah. And database tables are the fundamental storage structures in a relational database, organizing data into structured rows, records, and vertical columns as fields or attributes. Yeah.
Okay. So one word, if I say it's spreadsheet, it's like a spreadsheet. Okay. Just write. Go to your conference. Spreadsheet. Okay. So next one, row. Okay. Can you write row equal a record? Okay. Record. Inside the parentheses, just write record.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because the call is going to end. That's why we will discuss in the next call. Okay. Next one is column equal field. Okay. So that's it. You can publish. Okay. So we will see in the other call. Okay. I'll send you the meeting invite and please join. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Thank you.